everyone and welcome. I'm Dani and today Great.com talks with Joshua Omweno, the Project Officer, Education and Facility Support Supervisor of CFK Africa. If you haven't heard of it, they work to improve public health, educational outcomes, and economic opportunities in informal settlements in Kenya. Before we begin, remember, if you're new here to this podcast, press subscribe on YouTube or your podcast app. Now, hi Joshua and welcome.
Thank you so much, Danielle, and glad to be with you today at Great Talks.
It's absolutely our pleasure. I'm really eager to learn more about you guys. And in my research, I understood that the history of CFK Africa began over 20 years ago, right? It's been a really long road. Could you tell us about it, about what motivated its creation? How did it all begin?
Yeah, it's been quite a journey since 2001 when the organization started from three of our co-founders, and they started on the premise that they wanted to raise the levels of skills and for the people from Kibera. And so, from the interest of improving livelihoods, improving health outcomes, and improving literacy levels, then these ideas converged. Hence, the coming together to establish CFK Africa. For over 20 years, we've existed in Kibera, providing community members with improved public health, educational outcomes, and providing also economic opportunities for those living in informal settlements. We've expanded from our roots in Kibera and also have presence in more than 24 informal settlements in Kenya. And these cover a spanning of 8 counties out of the 47 we have in Kenya. And so we highly focus on youth development and health, primary healthcare provision to support the locals from the vast region of scope that we cover.
Wow, that's really amazing work. Like you cover so much ground, literally. It's not just so many fields of attention, but such an extension. But before we talk more and understand better the work that you effectively do, could you give us a little more insight on these communities, these informal settlements that you work, just so we understand the challenges that they face and how they come together?
Yeah, absolutely. And when we use the term informal settlement, just by definition, informal means something that is not structured. And so Kibera, being one of the largest settlements we have in Africa, comprises of locals coming together to stay in structures where they are not really well structured. And so ideally, it is earmarked as a forest, Kibera, but over time, it has been spanning and the population has been ballooning based on the number of people who are coming to look for economic opportunities and sustainable livelihoods. And so we have witnessed quite a number of issues based on the challenges that come with such a kind of setting. Ideally, 1 in 8 people live in informal settlements worldwide. And basing this report by the UN Habitat, Kibera is one of the largest. And so out of the 1,400 plus that you have in Kenya, these communities, you find that the residents lack access to quality healthcare, proper nutrition, and adequate sanitation, leaving them susceptible to preventable diseases. Additionally, there also is limited access to quality education and economic advancement opportunities. And so you find that there are high levels of unemployment. There are issues to do with gender inequity that further impede individual community progress. Though the residents in Kibera are talented, they are very resilient, and they are also entrepreneurial, meaning that we are as innovative as we can get. The challenge is we lack opportunities that need to break these cycles of poverty. And so CFK Africa is coming to bring a change towards this narrative, because we understand that the high levels of unemployment, the lack, limited access to quality education, and the poverty being endemic, then we need something to come in and intervene so as to help the locals have see light at the end of the tunnel in terms of ensuring that they get quality healthcare and also economic empowerment opportunities as we continue to grow.
That's really remarkable. Honestly, I love when you say that people in Kenya are innovative, they are entrepreneurial, they are creative, they are resilient, but they lack job opportunities. I think that is the perspective to actually go for a change, right? And sometimes people, I think there's still some stigma around it, around the kind of help that we can give to African countries, to people in poverty, even out there. I'm Brazilian. I see that all the time. People sometimes think, oh, we just need basic help, money, just that thing. But that actually, it's something other. It's about opportunity, real opportunity to grow your own business, to get out of this, to study, right? So
Yeah.
with all of that you said, that even makes me more curious about how you are able to act on it. Because you mentioned focusing on youth, you mentioned primary care, but how all of that comes together in your action.
Yeah, of course. Our architecture, first of all, is quite simple and basic. Coming from the deep roots in Kibera, we, number one, have most of our staff being from Kibera, because we understand that we resonate quite well with the challenges that we have. Of course, personally, I've grown and been brought up in Kibera, so I've come to an understanding of the challenges growing up to the level that I am. And we, as locals, know that some of our important solutions and work come from our personal experiences. And so, as the change makers, we aim to build healthy communities in Kibera. We also aim to build a huge network of youth leadership and also support network when it comes to healthcare. Personally, I've been privileged to go to the best school in the country for my high school education, and that came in as a support that I received from CFK Africa as a beneficiary back in the day. And so I've grown to interact with the challenges that locals have faced. And we've come up with a number of strategies to ensure that we adequately respond to these community needs. First off, issues to do with quality education, primary primary school level to high school, and also to tertiary education needs. Quality improvement is also an aspect that we are also addressing as a strategy, where we equip schools with uh, interventions that provide an increased outcome when it comes to student coming to school, them being retained in school, and also doing well in school. And some of the interventions we have to ensure quality improvement include providing textbooks to schools. These include uh, public and mostly update schools, providing incentives to teachers so that they can be retained, and we reduce their attrition rates so that they can continually provide quality education to the learners. We also supplement government efforts when it comes to uh, uh, parental engagement, providing dignity kits to girls who are adolescents. And so these efforts tend to keep students in school and also ensure that they are able to transition from one level to the other. As well, it is important to understand that education in our country is quite expensive. And so, for this reason, we also have a comprehensive scholarship program for secondary school students. And it is an excellence scholarship where we encourage students to do well, and they are supported throughout their 4 years of high school education. At the same time, there is a cycle that we've created through our scholarship program where we have past beneficiaries coming back to support in our interventions, and they work as mentors and provide support to their learners in terms of sharing their experiences and making it known to their peers that it is possible for them to come from humble beginnings and make it in life through education as an equalizer. Similarly, we've been able to tap into the power of sports as a tool for social cohesion and peace building. Currently, we work with over 100 local teams in Kibera, organizing sports tournaments every other quarter that bring together over 20,000 players, both boys and girls. And this is an avenue and platform where we collectively promote peace, cohesion, and staying together in harmony within our communities. Integrally, we understand that the youth are quite a significant population within our networks. And so youth leadership is also integral, whereby we promote career development for youth within both formal and the informal sectors, providing trainings of work readiness, um, building their entrepreneurial skills and technical skills. And eventually, it is an opportunity where the youths can actually start their enterprises so that they can build on sustainability for themselves and also for their family and friends. At the same time, we believe that education goes hand in hand with healthcare. And so we have a robust healthcare program that supports in providing quality and affordable healthcare for all, not only for Kiberans, but even those from within the radius of Kibera. We have uh, an outpatient clinic in Kibera where we provide holistic outpatient services for locals from Kibera and beyond. Beyond the provision of outpatient services, we also have a maternity clinic where maternal child health is also taken care of. Issues to do with nutrition, where children under fives are provided with supplemental meals just to ensure that their state of health is kept in check. Our clinic, surprisingly, serves uniquely, and it is quite strategically placed because it's always open, regardless of the varied periods we have in our country, being quite um, on and off when it comes to we don't close during issues of when we have calamities like heavy rainfall, when we have issues of you know unrest, we are able still to provide the much needed medical support to our locals. And so it is conveniently and strategically located. And we are able to intertwine between education, youth development, and providing a holistic approach to the overall development and growth of individuals through the services that we offer as CFK Africa.
Wow. I am really amazed about it. I think it shows commitment and understanding of the community that you live in. It's not about just passively trying to do stuff, but effectively engaging. And I really loved to hear about that bit of coming back, bringing back those that have been in the program before, but that have been helped by the program to sort of mentor the ones that are going through it right now. I think this really creates a sense of it's possible. You can get out of this. So again, and actually, thank you for sharing your bit of story in there. And I think it makes a difference when we actually got to hear people's story and see how with education and care, and it's not just like the opportunity is going to be popped in front of them, but they will
Yeah,
be able to see them and go after them.
yeah,
So
actually. Mhm. Yeah, sorry to cut you short, Danielle. Particularly the program that I lead, it is the scholarship program, and it has been quite successful over the last, couple of years. We've been in existence since 2009, particularly the scholarship, and you find a fulfillment in the work that you do. To me, as a project officer, where you hear stories in a family you've been able to support students, and they are the first ones to even transition and go to university to pursue degree certificates, degree courses. You find you're the first child in your family to get support and to pursue high school education. To us, it's quite a significant progress that you're making towards uplifting lives of locals. Personally, I've been able to mentor many out of the work that I do, because I'm equally passionate to see transition and progress made by students and locals from Kibera. Just saying that I got support that worked to me as a bridge to cross over to the next level. And that is the Kibera we want, where over time, there is significant and exponential growth in the lives of locals. And so we are looking at a very interesting phase where we are hoping that in the coming years, then it will be a different status in terms of the breed of youth will be bringing, not only in Kibera, but also expanding the larger country that we are under.
That is really a great vision. Absolutely, absolutely great. And talking about this visions for the future, what do you say would be like your next steps for a near future, maybe 5 years from now?
Yeah, of course, over the last 20 years, we appreciate that CFK Africa has grown really greatly. And of course, Kibera has also evolved. The economics are growing. People are coming up with new ideas. There is increased demand on basics. Lots of opportunities for talent and development, of course. To us as an organization, we aim to grow sustainably, both in terms of funding and programs. Of course, this means we'd want to diversify our funding sources, forging strategic partnerships, and ensuring that our projects are scalable and adaptable to different regions and contexts. We've been able to do this in the past, and we hope that we can grow into the 10 years, go beyond our borders, and also reach within Africa. We also hope to have impactful programs, because we are dedicated in enhancing effectiveness of our programs. This involves the thorough evaluation that we do, and the emphasis we put on research and innovation to ensure that our interventions are evidence-based and yield the best possible outcomes for our beneficiaries and all those that we serve. We also look at improving on advocacy and also influencing policy. We look to aspire to play a more significant role in advocating for systemic change and policy reform. Personally, I'm quite passionate in education. Currently, we have recommendations that have been put by a working party that was set up by our president. And so, being between a shift of curriculum from 844 to CBC, which is competency-based curriculum, we hope that we can also have our voice heard to create long-lasting change at a broader societal level. Similarly, we would want to go beyond our borders to also have global collaboration. Ideally, we envision to increase our collaboration with other partners and NGOs, government bodies, which we are doing at the moment. And we hope that by working together, we can leverage on our collective resources and expertise to tackle global challenges more effectively. And this particularly is within the context of the regions that you work with. Of course, as you expand, then the dynamics tend to play out differently, but of course, not far off veering off from what we are currently doing. At the same time, we look to have a much deeper community empowerment. The organization is quite committed to empowering communities that we work with, and for the next, for the next years, currently we have adopted a locally led approach where we have uh, initiatives that are led by the locals. And so we'll hope that in the coming years, we'll ensure that the people that we serve have a stronger voice in decision making and are active participants of their own development. Of course, that is quite broad, and I hope it will be an opportunity as well for me and my other colleagues that we work with to grow professionally as we continue growing our skills in leadership and having impactful outcomes, because we know that there is a lot of fulfillment that comes in seeing the positive impact our work has on individuals and communities that we serve. And so it will be an opportunity to be part of a transformative project that will create sustainable change and improve the lives of those that are in need.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
something, Joshua. It's broad, but it's bold and it's necessary. Honestly, this is a necessary aspiration, I think. And thinking of that, I think that what comes to me now is ask you, how can we
Yeah.
help you get there? How can people that are listening to us right now that got excited about this too? How can we help you move forward?
Yeah. Actually, in terms of support, there are several ways individuals or organizations can contribute to our cause. Firstly, financial support is always valuable. It allows us to sustain and expand our programs. Donations can be directly that can directly fund our projects. Can You can visit our website, cfkafrica.org, where you can view and support our work. You People can also provide resources to the community we serve and help us reach even more people that are in need. Additionally, we greatly appreciate partnerships and collaborations with like-minded individuals and businesses, whether it's through volunteer work, in-kind donations, sharing expertise, and of course, there are numerous ways we can get involved to make a difference. Furthermore, spreading awareness about our organization and the issues that we address is equally crucial. Similarly, from a personal standpoint, I'm particularly uh, interested in, knowing how organizations work dynamically to ensure that we grow exponentially from an approach of a theory of change, which is quite an upgraded level of project management. And so it will be an opportunity to also learn these skills through uh, um, people who are able to connect with us and discuss potential ways to collaborate and exchange knowledge. And so that is quite significant in seeing our meaningful change being brought about to ensure a brighter future for those we support in our communities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joshua. This was a great interview. I love talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danielle, and have a good one.
Oh, thank you, you too. And for everybody listening, also, thank you so much for staying with us for one more episode. You can find the link to their website on the description of the episode, so it's cfkafrica.org. Get in touch if you can help. Get in touch if you want to know more about them. Just go and see the beautiful work that they do. And remember, if you enjoyed the episode, press subscribe on YouTube or in your podcast app, because that shows the algorithms that this is an important conversation and more people can learn about the importance of the CFK Africa. Bye, and I see you in the next episode.